Top of the hill chats. Hi. I took a video coming up the hill, and then I took a second video, but it turned into a little bit of a personal psychology session, so I've decided to take a second one. And I got to the top of the hill, and it looks like it's a car park. Great big car park. So I'm coming this way to the circuit walk. Hopefully I'll find something here. Alright. So for my channel in the future, I plan to be doing a few different types of things. I'll be exploring homesteading. Homesteading. What does that even mean to me? So, homesteading. So I've got a bunch of different shit that I really want to do. So I want to learn how to make pickles. I want to learn how to care for chickens. I'd like to have a couple goats. I'd like to have a couple dogs. So when I say homesteading, for me, the picture that comes up into my mind is everything that you can think of. I essentially wish I was born in the time of the blacksmith. I would have preferred living life as a blacksmith's apprentice, because I just enjoy the physical aspect of learning, and I enjoy the journey of learning, I guess. I enjoy the process of learning and the transformative nature of learning. But I also like how everybody in that timeline sort of had their own little chickens that they had to look after, or quail or whatever, and they had their little space in the world that they went back to and they cared for. And I like that, the whole personal veggie patch, but then the communal veggie patch that you come and access, everybody working on a farm together. So we'll be moving in with a couple of couples. I'd like to have bees. Because I would like to have candles, and I would like to make honey. I want to have my flowers because I'd like to make teas, like my chamomile or my chamomile. This feels like a nice space to sit at. Let's have a look. Beautiful little space. Oh, well, this seems like a good spot to chat. What was I even saying? My channel. So I plan on homesteading, which to me is having a bunch of space to do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be having chickens because I want eggs. I'm going to be having chickens as well because I want chicken. I'm going to have bees because I want flowers, because I want fruit and veg, because I want super produce. I just think that there are a lot of different ways that I'll be able to use space, time, and my energy to, I guess, create my own sense of security within the world and sort of share some light with the rest of the world through YouTube. I'm a weirdo, yeah? Like, I'm 34 years old and I've decided to retire before even starting working, to look after my mental health. That's my journey. That's been my journey for the last 4 years. And these last 4 years have been the best. They have brought me to this realization. I would like to be more self-sufficient in a meaningful way and not be so heavily reliant on society. And it's brought me full circle. Like, I really wish that I had spent my teenage years sort of within psychology and exploring myself and my own personal challenges with the world. ADHD, so knowing that before 32 would have been good. Different ways to tackle the world when you've got that. But after that, I'd really just like to use my space after I've curated the chores that I'd like to be doing throughout my day to both fill my pantry and fill my budget. Whatever I don't eat will get sold at a local market. So, very, very, very interested and keen to get living on this property. It's going to be the exact next adventure that I was hoping for, looking for, and waiting for. Yeah. From that space afterwards, I will be really just practicing my craft. I'm a sort of solitary practicing witch. I do moon stuff, I do star stuff, I do candle stuff. Moons, candles, stars, incense, oils, water, fire, earth, air, spirit. The pagan journey, the neo-pagan journey, the journey as presented to me by life at a stage where I needed direction and help, and the deity from Christianity was being silent, so I went out into the world and explored a little bit of agnosticism, Buddhism, Hinduism, astrology, tarot, everything that comes after Christianity, and being told that you were born full of sin and that your homosexuality is not cool. Yeah, I spent 4 years, pretty much volunteered 4 years, almost 5, of my life to a church, and then when I sinned for the first time, when I really struggled for the first time with my sexuality and another man, I got shunned in the weirdest way. Told to go to conversion therapy, essentially, and then stripped off of all of the services. So I used to attend 4 to 6 services, depending on if I traveled to another campus. Yeah. The Christianity of my life was my whole life. Like, when I say that I became a pagan or a witch, Christianity is the fundamental for all of that spell work and spellcraft. After having a relationship with Christianity, Jesus, the first time, coming back to it after exploring paganism and then exploring everything else through paganism was really mind-opening. It allows you to have, I guess, insight, if you will, into being able to look at 72 cards and draw divine confirmations. Being able to look at a flock of birds and knowing their number and having an idea of what message that might mean from an angel. It's just a different way of looking at life. because I had the rigid view of Christianity, that's what I needed. Sorry. I'm walking up a hill, inhaling all the stuff, getting dizzy because I'm not breathing, and I needed to blow my nose. Oh, I can smell again. Yeah. Became a pagan. Did a couple spells, didn't really do anything for me, so then kept exploring. I found about chakras and portals and energetic flow and movement, and then I explored quantum ideas of entanglement and connectivity and timelines and variations between each connected variation time, blah blah blah. Anyway, I've done a lot of external searching for information, and then I've brought it all back into myself and come to the conclusion that every single tarot reader that I've ever met online always says, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It's fun that I went through an adventure of all those different beliefs, dogmas, religions, spiritual paths, ideas, blah, words. I followed all of those different paths, and none of them got me to where I'm at now, which is just live your life. There is no right or wrong way of doing things. You can choose to believe that, but you're limiting yourself to a narrow way of thinking. There are obvious things, but if you treat the world, and this is going to sound egoic, narcissistic, all these problems if you've got any kind of traumas, but untraumatized people, or people who have been doing shadow work and been managing their self-traumas and their need for external validation, if you can live inside of the world as it is presented to you, that you think, therefore you exist, or you think, therefore there is, then under that mindset, under that, I don't know, inside of that space, how would you operate? How would you treat everything that appears to you? If you almost need to picture, or I want to give you a picture of the Truman Show, where everybody knew that he was inside of a TV show, that he was inside of a simulation. But he didn't, and everybody responded to him. So place yourself in the Truman position and live that way. Like, be nice to everyone, because it's you. Be mean to everyone, because it's you. Whatever. Like, this external presentation, the external presentation is a direct correlation to your thinking and choices. You have absolutely got the freedom to re-choose where you find yourself, or reposition where you find yourself. You do not have to continue being where you are if you're miserable, unhappy, unsatisfied. Change it. Who's holding you back? While I've been on this journey, I've encountered a few different people who are unaware or aware. They carry a narrative of pain and suffering, and so this is why I say the Truman idea might not land well with people who haven't done shadow work, or people who haven't done any kind of psychology. Like, if you can't understand that I'm not telling you to be a narcissist and go and treat everybody like a doormat, then that's fine. But I'm saying, from that position of narcissism or Truman Show idea, why wouldn't you treat everybody with the same respect that you want for yourself? Everything is a reflection of you. And I understand that we have real life troubles, like paying rent and blah 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 blah, children and their medical fees and all this stuff, diapers and whatever. But that too is a choice. Like, just because it became part of your story doesn't mean it wasn't a choice. Like, just remember that energetically you committed to an idea and you've got it playing out, but you don't have to keep the idea floating. You're wasting your energy on keeping this idea floating. Just live here and now. Live with everybody that's around you. Live with yourself. Be comfortable in your own space. Be comfortable alone. Be comfortable being looked at as a madman. Why? Because none of it matters. Nothing matters. Like, everything is or can be or was supposed to be a joke. So why are we taking it so seriously? That's probably my favorite philosophy at the moment. Like, why do we take seriously what the gods created for fun or whatever? I think that once you start just operating from the place of centered positiveness, I guess, I don't know. Your focuses really color your day. So choosing to be defensive or offensive, it's an energetic commitment that you're making. And when you can begin to start choosing, or you can begin to start positioning yourself within inquisitiveness, your energy doesn't move. So instead of becoming defensive or offensive, you just turn inquisitive, turn curious. Allow your inner child to take the reins for a moment and go, oh, what's that? Really? And what's that? Wow, and what's that? Don't defend anything. Discover where people are coming from before having a position. It literally exhausts any opponents on themselves, and then any genuinely interested people don't fall away. They don't have any reason to shy away or back off. It's all about thought. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The Christians gave me awesome spells. I really got a good handle of spirit through Christians. I then got a really good handle of elemental practices or magics through the pagans. That was furthered by Buddhists and Reiki and meeting the Dal, sitting with him with like 2,000 other people. Yeah, I don't know. Journey's not over. My walk just started again, but yeah, I'm about to jump on YouTube, probably in the new year, waiting for a new home. I'm about to jump on YouTube and just start doing whatever my ADHD gives me attention for. Not really going to limit myself to any one thing. I really wanted to focus on tarot for money, but I think I'm just going to keep doing my collective reads in my meditations until I think the right people appear to sort of, I don't know, I'm looking for a timeline thing. There is a lot of messages happening for America, I feel. And there are a few people around here in Australia that are doing bits and pieces, but I don't know. I don't resonate with any. A lot of them give me like preacher vibes, like old preacher vibes, and turn to tarot. That might just be a personal thing, but I'm not sure. My guides are, I don't know. They're not very controlling. They offer me different insights and opportunities based on their representations in the world and their necessity, I guess, their need. I'm sort of just in my own space. Oh, Wallaby! Hello! I'm sort of just in my own space, doing my own thing. I haven't really wanted to step into any kind of limelight because I didn't have anything to say, but I do now. And I should probably stop waffling because that's something that I really don't like. And I'll just... Oh, Wallaby jumped all the way past me and I didn't even notice him. Buggers. Is that a mushroom I see? No. Want to grow a mushroom? I don't know. Once I get this homestead thing happening and living in different circumstances, life's going to be a lot more interesting for me, and I'd like to do tarot because there are a few people online that I'd like to work with. Bobby Fierro is one of them. I've gotten a lot out of his messages. I have been meaning to send some money that way because I have gotten a lot of meaning out of what he's delivered. And also, I think Heather Indigo Jaguar, she has had a lot of input whenever I've been able to catch her. I'll always offer her support in whatever way I can, but whenever I've been able to catch her, she has been quite insightful and quite helpful as well. Roots and Waves, and she is probably, in terms of what I look for in a tarot, she delivers the most clarity. And Roots and Waves is able to offer up a message in a almost, I don't want to say academic, but in such a clear way that you don't have any questions, like follow-up questions. And the thing that initially attracted me to Ange was her charms. So she is one of three. Ange, Elizabeth, and Heather. I hope I got that right. Not sure. Is it Care Bear? Oh no, now I'm confused. I don't know. So this is the thing. So I watch quite a few of these people because they give me quite a lot of inspiration. Just the simple ways of life. How they choose to cooperate and cohabitate the planet. And the kind of information that they bring to light. Like, they offer up so much hope, in my opinion. Messages that inspire collective to push a little bit harder, to do a little bit more. So Elizabeth, I don't remember where Elizabeth's page is at in my head right now, but she gives me good little random messages throughout the day, and positive messages that I look out for and try to apply where I can. Care Bear, one of the newer ones that I started following. Yeah, I really enjoy getting around people who are sharing light with people or others and sharing insights to more. I did really want to use YouTube as a way of getting myself some funds to keep my lifestyle going, but I don't know. Every time I ask my guides, I can't. I won't be using tarot to make money. So, yeah. It's never been part of my journey anyway. Energetically, I never put myself into a read so I don't get fatigued, and usually the excitement and the energy of the person that's wanting the reading provides the energy for the reading that I give. I understand that people are moved to donations and whatnot, but in those instances, again, I will just request that they offer me some tobacco, chocolate, or some alcohol, and share communion with them for a little bit and just be on our ways. Like, I don't think that because of my travel through Christianity, I don't think that anybody has the right to be a gatekeeper of information. And I honestly believe that when people are reaching out to spirit, human, person, tarot reader, pastor, guru, mom, dad, whatever, whoever they're reaching out to, like, there is an energetic transfer there. There is an energetic payment being done by this person each and every time they ask for help. And it's up to you as an individual to decide whether you're going to help or not. There is nothing in any of my books that says that you must help everybody who crosses your path. I think that's 100% a discernment and self-judgment type thing, because I haven't been able to offer my services to everybody that I've come across, and sometimes people who have asked it of me are not very happy with what I have to say, because I don't know, I don't really offer any of myself up in a reading, so I don't sugarcoat stuff, and spirit just sort of dials me in, and I just use discretion in the way that I deliver the messages that I see. And once upon a time, my readings were fucked. Like, I can't really explain why, but, well, I can. My readings, the way that I used to do readings before, was 100% I would definitely say, all right, I want you to think of a question, but I don't want you to tell me. So throughout the whole reading, I want you to be thinking of a question, but don't tell me. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to tell you your question. And so I got pretty good at reading my way. And then the pagans taught me a little bit about, or Wiccans taught me a little bit about the elements and their position and the 5 positions, and how the major can be attested or accounted to spirit. And then the 4 houses of the suits have, like, spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs have their elemental push and pull. And so using the different methods that I accrued in my life, I was able to get people to literally just think about a question. I'd read them their tarot and they'd go, how the fuck did you know that? Like, what the fuck? And yeah, so I actually stopped doing tarot reads because of that. People thought it was a bit of a game, like a trick or some shit. Like, I don't know, it's my way of connecting to a spiritual being, that's all. To you, to me, to us, like as we were, as we are, presented in the universe, here and now, and across timelines. That's what is being accessed. But yeah, of course, that got scary for me. I think it would be scary for anybody. Also, the people being read, they didn't really understand, and sometimes the information that would come out was a little bit too much. That period in my life, though, I stayed away from tarot for about 6 years. Didn't really have much connection to it just because of the fear that I saw people connect to it, especially just coming out of Christian circles. It was really hard to touch demonic things, which, anyway, demonic things makes me laugh. I think now's the right time. I would like to use my cards. I'd like to use all of my tools. I've been collecting quite a few different tarot decks. When I do come onto some kind of streaming, I will be doing it with the idea of using Elemental Tarot. I don't really know the name of the deck right now, but I will be using Elemental Tarot. I've also got a few oracles which I enjoy each of them, so I will probably leave that up to spirit and a case by case adventure. And yeah, ideally I'd like to get out a collective reading. It depends how comfortable I am in my space, I guess. I'd like a collective reading out once a week or once a fortnight. And then some kind of update. So for the 12, the zodiacs, I'd like to give them some kind of update in the 14 days. And then 2 of the days might get just general collective, again, quicker readings than the one that I do for the fortnight. I do plan on incorporating a lot of my rituals, so perhaps including the moon, so having some lives in the future where I'm participating with the moon or with what is it called when the sun blacks out? Eclipse sessions. Show off some of my fire and water and air or staff, timber, earth crafts. I do have a Dremel and I do have some stones, so I was planning on making protection packs that I actually use. So I use selenite as a grid sort of tool, also reinvigorating and re-stabilizing energy from that stone, along with sage and palo santo. So typically I'll purify my space with sage first. I will call in my 5 angels, the Holy Spirit, Jesus the physical, and God the astral, the eternal. I'll draw on each of them. Ask them to provide their protections. And their blessings. They facilitate. They facilitate the energy in my space. Again, whenever I do my workings, I don't necessarily have an energetic payment, as I have always believed that I am a tap or a light bulb or a door or a window. I am not the source from which you came or to which you're going. I am a conduit, a messenger of light. I have had spiritual leaders speak spiritual words over me and my lifetime and the journey that I am set to have here. And so I continue. The challenges I have faced in my lifetime give me a sense of peace and clarity for what's ahead. My experience typically colours here and now as a 3-week, 4-week warning for what's coming. So if you're able to slow yourself down, and if you're able to meaningfully participate in your life at the current moment, here and now, then you should see everything that's coming before you in the same way that you can see everything that went behind you. You just have to slow down. There is no rush. There is no purpose to fulfilling any part of this journey any faster than the last. How long did it take you to walk? Keep crawling. Like, whatever. Your life is your journey. Your understandings, your expectations, your dreams, they're all yours. Like, everything comes from inside of you, your inner child, your higher self. God is inside you and outside of you and all around you. Your journey is special to you and common to everyone else. I thought there was some weird spell work happening, so I've just come up and I have found something weird. Awesome. It's a tree swing. That looks fucking terrifying. Imagine that all broke. Anyway. So far up the path. Alright. So, my YouTube's going to be full of random shit. I get really distracted really easily, and I'm probably not as interested in being right as I am being heard. So, love me or hate me, that's still adoration. I will try and understand why we think differently sometimes, but also sometimes I'm not going to have the patience and I'm just going to tell you to disappear for some time. But I'm very grateful for the people that I've found. Oh, fuck. Last person. Yeah. Just align yourself with the people that you want around you and make sure that you're honoring your own journey, because life's short and no one's going to live life for you and no one gives a fuck. And look at all my feathers. I'm so happy. I've got a new dream catcher. Alright. Love you lots. 40 minutes and 49 seconds. Ish. Go.